everybody, welcome to the Bunganese Civil Defense Department. It is I, Agent 2 Alpha 51, as you can see from my header up top. That is my Bunganese Civil Defense Department number, my agent number, and my last name. I'm Phelps, 2 Alpha 51, from the Bunganese Civil Defense, from the Bunganese Civil Defense Department. So, let's get into these videos. Real quick. Oh, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to do some finagling. What the hell? What is going on? Alright guys, this is gonna take a second. We will be getting the reactions going on shortly. And it'll be from my friend Ricky DiAsenzo here, or as he likes to
Well, hello there, everybody.
He does not like to be called that. It is Ricky.
Called what?
Just call him Ricky or Ricky JJHD4 because that is who he is on YouTube. He is Ricky JJHD4 on YouTube. So, welcoming him to reaction videos as well through Discord. Well, the video doesn't seem to want to friggin' load. Oh, got Google on it. I gotta go to YouTube and we're on a different channel account to test our thing. Well, maybe I can watch my own live stream, I think. Yeah, I can. BCDDSCD. Well, the video doesn't... Damn, that beep is gonna deafen me. See these guys? These are Bunganese fruit. They're pretty good. They're just grapes. But they're injected glycerin. Edible glycerin. So it tastes extremely sweet. Motherfucker. Tony McGuire got that by his spider with C.
So you're good at it.
I'm back. Video still hasn't loaded. And I'm about to stream through Discord so you can see everything that's going on. Just the...
Alright.
Just the live cam interface of OBS so you can see it in the corner. Just so you can manage everything.
Alright.
And I am gonna...
How do you turn that off?
Huh?
How do you turn that beeping off?
I can't.
Why not?
Because it's glitched.
Oh.
Yeah. It's nasty, baby.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Whoa, it just goes in the red.
Ricky DiAsenzo, please report to the main office. Ricky DiAsenzo, please report to the main office.
Oh crap, I'm in trouble. I'm so scared.
So this stream has been running for exactly 5 minutes. Waiting for this bull crap to load.
Try pressing the arrow. Oh.
We got it. Y'all streaming? Alright, we ready?
Yep. Alright, just press play again and it should go away.
Twisters, fiction and fact, Hollywood and real events.
That's whatever's in there. It's big and it's moving fast.
Storm chasers and
Yeah, I
tornadoes
can see
take
I can
center
see
stage in
the
blockbuster.
yeah.
But how accurate is it?
Our crew is not like your crew.
The man who was the model for the Tornado Wrangler breaks down the top
Reed
11
Timmer.
things you need to know, using incredible real-life footage that he and his team recorded.
Well, you can always trust a guy who puts his face on a t-shirt.
This has spoilers. Go watch the movie before you watch it.
Spoilers!
Let's jump in. Number 11. Wind turbines. How accurate was this scene?
In the movie Twisters, you saw those blades break off and then get jabbed right into the ground in front of the vehicle.
That's a little different from what...
Yeah, I've seen other videos where they get
What we
broken
saw
off
was
by
the
high
whole entire
wind.
wind turbine
Not a
crash
tornado,
into the
though.
ground inside of a violent tornado, getting shredded like cardboard.
Notably,
Yeah.
the blades were the first things to get destroyed.
And you don't even have
be
to have a
fair,
tornado
this
to,
tornado had the
you know, make
fastest
a
wind
break
speeds
like that. You
ever
could just have a
recorded on Earth.
strong wind and
But
it'll
definitely
just
is fact,
crumble
wind
under their
turbines
own
get shredded
spinning
by a
thing,
tornado.
you know.
Number 10. Twin tornadoes.
Twin tornadoes can certainly happen, that is fact. But usually when you're talking about a twin tornado, it's two separate occlusions, two separate subvortices of a mesocyclone, like the Pilger, Nebraska tornadoes of 2014.
These tornadoes were about a half a mile apart, right on top of each other for a meteorologist.
What we saw in the movie Twister.
Hold on, guys. Did he just mention the tornado that Ricky told me was the fastest in history?
Yeah, the Pilger tornado is the fastest forward-moving tornado in the on record at I think it's 94.6 miles per hour, and that was right before it dissipated.
Alright, I'll check the live stream in a sec. Hold on, I need to reopen my Chrome tab. Grab that. Alright.
The subvortices were really close together. It looked like they were a part of the same parent tornado. They called those twin tornadoes, but it looked like one singular tornado vortex with subvortices inside, a classic multiple vortex tornado.
And then, the two tornadoes go in opposite directions, which stretches the science.
But when you have two vortices that close together in a single tornado, it's impossible for them to go two separate directions like that and just split apart.
Number 9. Rockets.
Those fireworks?
Yes, ma'am.
So how Tyler Owens launches rockets into the tornadoes is very similar.
Why
to
would
what
somebody
we did
launch a
with
rocket
Dominator
into
1
a
with these
friggin'
PVC pipe
tornado?
cannons. We hit a big red button in the Dominator, split apart.
Number
Oh,
9. Rockets.
Those fireworks?
Yes, ma'am.
So how Tyler Owens launches rockets into the tornadoes is very similar to what we did with the Dominator 1. But with these PVC pipe cannons,
Oh.
we hit a big red button in the Dominator and then pop those projectiles with a parachute into the tornado.
The difference?
Did they, like,
Tyler was
measure
inside the
wind
tornado
speed or
launching
something?
rockets.
But they definitely didn't need the propulsion. Once you're in the tornado, you have 100-mile-per-hour vertical winds.
I never
and
knew
the
they
shot
launched
of it
those
will launch
they launched those
projectiles
type of
It's not to
rockets
say
into the
rockets
tornado.
aren't useful in tornado research, as Team Dominator adopted them years ago, but in a slightly different way.
By 2019, we
All right.
evolved to use propulsion with our rockets, but we launched the rocket from a place on the storm called the inflow notch, just outside of the tornado.
And they successfully got great data from the tornado and published a scientific paper on it, the only of its kind.
Huh.
Number 8.
I never actually knew they
sheltering
launched
under an
those types of
overpass.
things
In
into the
opening scenes,
tornado.
characters and Twisters flee an EF5
I thought they were
tornado and head for
making
an
it yellow at first, but they're
overpass
not.
move. But
I myself hit underneath an overpass from a tornado early on in my career. It was the May 3rd, 1999 F5 tornado just to the southwest of Moore, Oklahoma. And we thought the best thing to do
Oh,
was
yeah.
land in our soft
It's a
top
bad
vehicle
idea to
tractor,
hide
run
under
for
an
an overpass
interstate.
as that F5 was coming at us.
since
During
99,
the tornado.
that strategy has been called into question.
It was later on that research came out that it actually can be more dangerous to seek shelter underneath an overpass. Through Bernoulli effect, the overpass will accelerate the wind underneath, and it can actually become more damaging, more dangerous.
In other words, the overpass serves as a wind accelerating funnel.
The best thing to do is to stay informed about severe weather. Keep yourself out of that position to begin with. But if your car is disabled and you're out there and there happens to be a well-built overpass, I would probably run for it too and tell my family members to run for that overpass. I think if you could wedge yourself up, you could give yourself a fighting chance because it's not necessarily the wind of a tornado, it's what's flying around inside of it.
Number 7. The Tornado Wrangler's vehicle. Taking a direct hit from a tornado is no easy feat. and the Tornado Wrangler's rig had some nice hardware.
One thing the Tornado Wrangler has that I think is a good design are the augers. They actually screw into the earth, and if those can work and if they're fast enough to deploy, they'll give you a little bit more fastening to the ground.
But a tornado intercept is a situation where microseconds count. And that's one place the Dominator 3 has the edge.
These spikes right here just shoot
in real life or in the movie.
Quite as effective at anchoring the vehicle. I think that we have a slightly better design with the faster.
The GoPro, was it in real life or in the movie?
It's not the anchoring system that's the issue. It's the shape of the Tornado Wrangler's
truck.
Very importantly, we have this skirting, this rubber sheath along the base of the Dominator 3. That's designed to keep wind. We have this skirt,
and that's what.
And it's
I think Tornado Wrangler's vehicle. Taking a direct hit from a tornado is no easy feat, and the Tornado Wrangler's rig.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was a Hero 11 Mini.
Had some nice hardware.
One thing the Tornado Wrangler has that I think is a good design are the augers. They actually screw into the earth, and if those can work and if they're fast enough to deploy, that would give you a little bit more fastening to the ground.
But a tornado intercept is a situation where microseconds count. And that's one place the Dominator 3 has the edge.
These spikes right here just shoot right into the ground. Even though it may not be quite as effective at anchoring the vehicle, I think that we have a slightly better design with the faster motion of the spikes.
But it's not the anchoring system that's the issue.
Yeah, look at that.
It's the shape of the Tornado Wrangler's truck.
Very importantly, we have this skirting, this rubber sheath along the base of the Dominator 3. That's designed to keep wind from going underneath the vehicle. Tyler Owens, the Tornado Wrangler, does not have that. Even with the augers, it could still potentially loft the vehicle. There'd be a lot of vertical force on that vehicle, and it's very possible that even those augers wouldn't be able to anchor the vehicle to the ground.
But there's one thing even more glaring.
They have nothing for flying debris. You may have noticed there's hardly any armor on the outside of Tyler Owens' vehicle, and even a 2x4 coming in at 200 miles an hour would absolutely shred the Tornado Wrangler's vehicle. So I think they need a little bit more armor.
Number 6, streaming storm chases. In the movie, Tyler Owens is streaming his team's chase. But is this feasible? Quick answer, yes.
We also live stream our storm chases and our tornado intercepts at Team Dominator.
We gotta get an intercept vision. We might have to recover this.
Yeah.
I definitely saw a lot of parallels, but the one thing that was unrealistic in this live stream is his use of music. He's playing radio in the middle of the live stream. That'll get you a nice copyright strike on social media platforms these days.
Live streaming storm chases is a fact, and it's exciting.
Use of music. He's playing radio in the middle of the live stream. That'll get you a nice copyright strike on social media platforms these days.
Live streaming storm chases is a fact, and it's exciting.
No, if you play music during a live stream, yeah, you can get a copyright strike.
Slaughterville, Noble, Goldsby, Washington.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you could create voiceovers that sound like a raspy old man?
You could add.
Number 5, chaser characters. The chasers themselves in Twisters are complex and sometimes butt heads.
Calls himself Tornado Wrangler.
There definitely are storm chaser rivalries out there, and I think that it was depicted well in the movie Twister, but a lot of times the bickering is handled on social media, subtweets, text messages. You don't have a lot of that in person at gas stations.
And the little fake out that they do to each other is a page straight out of Reed's playbook.
Some of our haters out there, some of the government-funded research groups, and we'd be like, the tornado's touching down to the north. Everybody would take off and leave the gas station parking lot, and then we would have it to ourselves there. So
but the rivalry also plays out on the chases themselves.
The driving was definitely crazy in the movie Twisters. That was a little unrealistic. You're not just going to be driving through plowed fields, because that would end your chase. It would disable the vehicle. But the driving was just a little bit over the top.
Is that it?
Don't drive through the grass, stick to paved roads
Surprise
when
tornadoes.
possible.
Most notably in the rodeo scene, our characters are caught off guard by a tornado.
The surprise tornadoes in the movie Twisters were also a bit unrealistic. There's a little bit more advanced warning than that.
In fact, when the original was released, everyday people had only 5 minutes of lead time for a tornado warning. Today, that lead time is everyday people.
I did.
Most notably in the rodeo scene, our characters are caught off guard by a tornado.
The surprise.
Most notably in the rodeo scene, our characters are caught off guard by a tornado.
The surprise tornadoes in the movie Twisters were also a bit unrealistic. There's a little bit more advanced warning than that.
In fact, when the original was released, everyday people had only 5 minutes of lead time for a tornado warning. Today, that lead time is around 13 minutes, but chasers check radar constantly.
with all the storm chasers caught off guard like that. That would never happen in real life. Everybody would
No,
be on the radar
that's
app.
how
Everybody
much
would know there
warning
was
you
a
get
risk area.
ahead of a
But we get it.
tornado.
Smartphones
It's
have
about
ruined a lot of
13
dramatic
minutes.
tension in movies, but it was a pretty good scene. Still,
And there's definitely a build up to a tornado
Yes.
event like that. So there is no way everybody would just be caught with their pants down.
number 3, sheltering in a swimming pool. In Twisters,
You used
the
to get a
characters take
5-minute
shelter
warning
in
now,
empty
and then
swimming
today
pools.
you only
But
get
would that
still
work
only
in
get
pitch?
13
Sheltering in a
minutes.
pool is not a terrible idea. That could be an idea that I would use in the moment. You get out of the way of the debris a little bit. If you're below ground level, you get out of that big wind. And the wind doesn't want to go underground like that. It wants to follow the path of least resistance.
Whoa,
The
yeah.
problem with the pool, though, is debris fall. You could definitely get debris falling into that pool, and that could lead to a life-threatening situation out there.
Holy crap.
2, Fire-nados. Are these real or just something Hollywood made up?
Fire-nados do exist in nature. They do happen. We've seen them, and they're usually associated
They're
with
also known as
wildfires.
fire
In a giant
whirls.
cumulonimbus cloud, you'll get a tornado that could even be strong to potentially violent, causing damage.
But the one in the movie is a little different.
The fire-nado depicted in the movie Twister is not your classic fire-nado as defined in meteorology. It's a classic tornado that happens to interact with an oil refinery, and you have flames that wrap up the vortex, even intensifying it a little bit. And it would be possible that if you inject a heat source at the base of a tornado, you could get more stretching and actually an intensification of the tornado.
Number 1, stopping a tornado. The characters in Twisters look to stop a tornado in its tracks by releasing a large amount of super absorbent material into its core. But could that actually work?
The way that they disrupted the tornado and taken a microphysical approach to it, I think is the right way to destroy a tornado, kind of disrupting the cloud microphysics inside. So by basically just launching a giant sponge into the tornado and sucking up all that moisture could disrupt a delicate balance that defines a tornado cyclone. And it might actually work. So in theory, I like the approach that they took.
And since advising with the project and science early on, it's an idea that's stuck in Reed's head.
I think that what we need to do here at Team Dominator is pivot our science mission from trying to understand the pressure falls and wind speeds inside of a tornado and pivot it to trying to disrupt and destroy the tornado.
So there you have it. Twisters the movie, inspiring new research from Team Dominator. Go see it, we loved it, and stay weather aware.
Alright, guys. Stream is done.
Alright.
So, we're going to continue the stream in a little while.